Breaking now. Strange things are happening on Jeffrey Epstein's Orgy Island. Exclusive drone video has picked up footage which may show that Epstein is on the island helping the feds collect evidence which will bring down high-level individuals in the child trafficking cabal in the United States and around the world. Meanwhile, a mysterious John Doe is begging a federal judge not to release 10,000 pages of documents which will implicate him and many others. The truth is about to be unsealed. Ever since Jeffrey Epstein's alleged highly suspicious death in a maximum security prison, things only got more suspicious. Although the autopsy officially concluded that the cause of death was suicide, a steady flow of facts and revelations are strongly hinting towards a massive cover-up. First, it was recently revealed that 2 cameras filming the jail cell of Jeffrey Epstein at the time of his death were broken, and the recordings were deemed unusable by authorities. Second, 2 guards allegedly slept through scheduled checks on Epstein and falsified records. Third, Frenchman Jean-Luc Brunel, the model mogul suspected of being a Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking pipeline in Paris, has disappeared like a ghost without a trace. While mass media has been carefully filtering some of this information while ignoring other facts, Truth Unsealed has been provided access to exclusive drone footage of Epstein Island and its surroundings in recent weeks. The footage captured in the past weeks subsequent to alleged Epstein's demise reveals that there are strange things happening on the island. Here are some examples. Considering the fact that Little St. James was the site of heinous crimes involving very powerful people, one would expect the island to be treated like a crime scene that is completely closed off to non-investigators. That is not what is happening. After a crime scene has been discovered, it is important that measures are taken to secure and protect the scene from contamination. In order to maintain the integrity of the scene, law enforcement must take action to block off the surrounding area, as well as to keep track of who comes in and who goes out. By taking these precautions, officers can ensure that evidence that is collected can be used in court. Evidence that has become contaminated, tampered with, or mistreated can pollute the scene and cause a case to be thrown out of court. 2 weeks prior to the FBI raids on Epstein Island, a drone filmed a team of workers doing heavy construction work on the island using tractors, bulldozers, and tons of new material. The footage was filmed on July 30th, 10 days before Epstein's alleged death and 12 days before the FBI raids. We can see construction workers, heavy machinery, and bags of material, possibly concrete. This footage was taken a few weeks after Epstein's arrest. Lots of trash being thrown out, including several mattresses and box springs. Could there be incriminating evidence in there? Several vehicles on the island also keep moving around, including an ambulance that bears the letters LSJ, Little St. James. Why is there even an ambulance on an island that has no hospital? In July, the ambulance was parked on the roof of a building. A few weeks later, the ambulance was moved to a different spot. After Epstein's alleged death and the FBI raids, the island was still bustling with activity. This footage from August 30th shows that the island is still being maintained by a team of alleged workers. Considering the fact that Epstein is supposedly dead, why is there still maintenance on the island, and who is paying these workers? Are the checks coming from the $577 million trust fund created by Epstein just 2 days before his death with anonymous beneficiaries? Or is something else perhaps going on here? Drone footage captured in the past weeks also captured never-seen images of the infamous temple. There's been lots of speculation concerning the strange temple on Epstein Island. Built on a 60-feet elevation, the temple is believed to be sitting on a network of underground tunnels. Recently released drone footage took some close-up shots of the temple, revealing several strange details. First, the main door of the temple is actually painted on. On the door is painted a medieval lock, which is designed to keep people locked inside the temple. Is this a hint into what was actually going on inside? On the left of the door are the letters J.E., the initials of Jeffrey Epstein. The same initials can be found on the left of the door of Epstein's New York City mansion. While mass media sources have been claiming that the temple was actually a gym, footage filmed inside the temple reveals that it is definitely not a gym. Inside the temple are several mattresses and scaffolding. No gym equipment in sight. Footage from the other window shows a closer shot of the mattresses, which are wrapped in plastic. Using color correction, the drone was able to provide a clearer view of what's inside the mysterious room. Here, we see wooden floors and broken wood pieces. As the drone films upwards, we can see a bookshelf, an ornamental column, and some wiring. Once again, we have clear proof that this is not a gym. The fact that mass media has been propagating this piece of fake news is telling. And considering the fact that everything about this temple is highly symbolic, what we're seeing here is also highly symbolic. Although we cannot see the other side of the bookshelf, we can assume that there's a second pillar on the other side. As we know, twin pillars are a staple in Masonic symbolism. Furthermore, the twisted design of these pillars is significant. They're called Solomonic columns. The spiral shape, common in nature, has adorned buildings since the dawn of recorded history. According to legend, spiral columns ornamented the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem. Masonic lore, ritual, and symbolism are heavily based on the legend surrounding the Temple of Solomon. Combined with the Masonic sundial at the center of Epstein Island, there's a clear occult elite pattern emerging from this place. On August the 12th, the drone captured images of the FBI raid on Epstein Island as it was happening. The first question one might ask is, why did the FBI raid the island 2 days after the death of Epstein and not way before? Why did they allow people to move and work freely on the island beforehand? The other question one might ask is, what are they doing on this footage? An agent stands inside a room with computers and other equipment wrapped and apparently ready to be shipped. Then other agents enter the room. Notice that there are several NYPD agents investigating this island in the Bahamas. Once the agents realized that a drone was filming them, they covered up the window. The drone footage taken over the last few weeks prove that heavy construction work has taken place on Epstein Island only days prior to the FBI raids. But unlike the incorrect reporting of other alternative news sources claiming that these people were paid by Epstein and that they were ordered to destroy evidence and bury whatever needed to be buried, Truth Unsealed has learned exclusively that Epstein is alive and helping the authorities in exchange for a plea deal which includes a 5-year maximum prison sentence, a complete surgical transformation which Epstein will undergo to change his identity, and a relocation to a subsequent undisclosed location to live out the rest of his life. In exchange, several very powerful people will be brought down, putting an end to this cabal once and for all.